what you're looking at is the coolest Hulkbuster you probably didn't even know about. And if you did, then this is redundant, but it is the coolest Hulkbuster that you might not know about. It's the Sen-ti-nel Re-Edit Hulkbuster, and it came out about 4.5, 5 years ago, and it's fantastic. And we are going to take a look at it here on Zach Collects. Behold the glory that is the Sen-ti-nel Re-Edit Hulkbuster. Oh, it's a beautiful thing, folks. It really is. I wanted it for a really, really long time, and somebody had a sale on it. I never forget where. It must have been on eBay or something, because it's been a while. It came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Box is, well, it's kind of plain, really, if you think about it. It's got some coolness to it, though. That's the back of it. I'm going to get this guy out of the way. Pardon the glare. The glare. There's my hands in the glare. That's the back of the box. That's the back. Now, Sen-ti-nel's been making really interesting Iron Man armors for a while. And they're doing 7-inch scale. They do some die cast. This one does not have any die cast. It's apparent. It might have some die cast in the joints. It does have some heaviness to it. It does have some heft. Here's the beautiful thing, my friends. Open this thing up, and what do we see? Oh my goodness. It's absolutely glorious. That's the inside of the box. More Hulkbuster illustration. And there is our Hulkbuster right there. Pardon me, moving the camera a lot there. This is what you see when you open it. Now, I obviously have had this for a while. You know I'm an out-of-the-box collector. I am a on-the-shelf collector. So I have taken things out. He's been out of the box for a while. In fact, I just had to replace all the batteries so you can see them all lit up. But I think you'll enjoy it. My collectibles, for the most part, I keep mint, even if they're out of the box. So we're going to remove them from the box, and then you can see all the goodness therein. Let's do this. Let me remove him this way. Move that box. Move it out, I say! And here he is. Bum, 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 bum. Glare and all. And look how they do this box here. It came in tiers. It was like several tiers. So there was the tier where he's in, and then here, this was his stand and whatnot. And the stand is already out of the box. I'll show you what stands. He came with 2 stands, and one of them is actually something you can't even use because it's so small. And I'll show you that. So let's get into the nitty-gritty in just a moment. So here we have the first stand that it comes with. This is exactly what it comes with, not the Iron Man though, but I'll tell you about that in a second. It comes with this stand that's kind of like a Hall of Armor piece, if you will. But there's no way the Hulkbuster is going to fit on that. He's way too big. What's cool, it rotates. And it's got a very, very good clip on it. You can easily pose something else. In this case, this right here, this guy is also a Sentinel piece. It's the Armorize metallic version Iron Man. The Armorize Iron Man. Boy, I can't talk today. The Armorize Iron Man. I've been doing videos all day, that's why. And I think that looks really good on there, don't you? But the Hulkbuster, not so much. Not so much. One of these days, maybe I'll do a review on the Armorized Iron Man. I think you might like that. So let's take a look at what else we got. This segment real quick. This is the second base he comes with. This is the one that you want to use. Well, I think you should use because he fits on this. It's got a very cool armature that is, of course, tensionable. And it has a clip here that goes into another little piece that clips onto Hulkbuster's crotch, which you will see in just a minute. And before I show you our baby, let me show you a couple things. All right, so these come separate. And these energy pods are exactly that. There's actually batteries in here. Here's the metallized connector. These pods have to be in place in order for the light up features to work in the eyes and the chest. I'm going to show you that in a second. Also, what comes separate is the, I guess, what would you call them? The shoulder, or rather the forearm pauldrons, if you will. And that's these babies right here. Now, what their inspiration was for this, I believe, was the comic book Hulkbuster. Here he is. Our baby. He's our baby, I'm telling you. Is he not something? He is a work of art, isn't he? What a wonderful, wonderful piece. I know you hear me say that a lot. But I mean, what? I'm going to buy pieces I don't think are wonderful? No, I'm going to buy pieces that are wonderful. And you know what? I tell you the truth. If it wasn't wonderful, I would tell you it's kind of wonderful, or it isn't wonderful at all. But this guy, wow. There's got to be some die cast in there. I mean, even though you really don't feel it, it's got to be in the joints. It's got to be in the inner mechanisms, perhaps. Like the feet feel like they're die cast, for instance. And actually, I remember this as well. And we'll take a look at it in the instructions. Maybe it shows you what's die cast and what isn't. But look, lots of mobility. Look at that. In the chest. And there's light-up feature in there, too. You know, double on the arms. The fingers are all individually articulated. No, I'm not going to make him do the finger. Sorry. Not doing that. But here's where you attach these. This is magnetic. Right here. Boop. Right on. And we'll do the other one. Boop. Right on. So that's what it looks like when it's attached. And this thing is good size, too, by the way. And tell you what, someone else actually did a review of this guy many moons ago. And they said, and I agree with them, he's about the same height as the Marvel Legends Hulkbuster, if you remember that. The build of the BAF Hulkbuster, and then they re-released it with a 2-pack with the Hulk, which I got, Hulk the Infected. And it's about the same size, but it's the girth, the width, the overall sense of presence is much bigger than the Marvel Legends. Oh, sorry about that. So here's my baby. And you see this little piece right here? That little crotch piece, that's what connects with the base there. So tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to light them all up. So you can see them all lit up, because it took me about an hour and a half to put all the batteries in. And you can actually see what that looks like. Okay. Oh, one more thing. I didn't show you this. Peekaboo. Yeah, there's a little Iron Man in there. I might be little, but I don't forget. That's right. There he is. So, yeah, let's go ahead and light them all up and see what he looks like. Okay, thanks. And here he is all lit up. These pods here, these pods right there, they power the eyes and the chest, which isn't very bright, but it's a luminescent blue. And they power the back piece. Okay. Then you have separate batteries and separate battery compartments over here. I just turned it off. You have these, batteries for here, this hand, and this hand right over here. There you go. I keep turning it off and turning it on. Just stop doing that, you darn. Stay on, by golly. Then you have, there it goes. All right, so then you have the legs. Look at this. When you bend the knee, look at that. Isn't that innovative? That's pretty cool. Same thing over here. Hello, look at my knee. It's lit up. There you go. And, of course, then the back are lit up as well. So there you have them, all lit up. Very, very impressive. Now watch this. I'm going to lift up the Hulkbuster head, and look. The Iron Man face, the Iron Man eyes are lit up. Isn't that crazy? Let me go back in with their normal head there. Pretty stellar. Pretty stellar indeed. Yeah, there he is all lit up. Very cool stuff. And there definitely is some die cast in here. I was looking at the instructions, and there's definitely some areas where there's die cast in there. Well, let me get him up on the stand here, and we'll take a final look. So here's the instructions. It doesn't really so much say that there's die cast in there, but there is. There are some areas of die cast, you can tell. Overall, the feeling is ABS. maybe PE, but mostly I'm saying that there's ABS, but there is die-cast in there. There, I said it for the last time. See, and that shows you how you put together the stand, because you have to put it together. And that is the best stand to use. The other one is fun, because I can use it for something else, and I use it for that Armorized Iron Man. Armorized Iron Man! Somebody please throw me a bone here. So this is the instructions. That's the way they look out of the box. Da-da-da. And here's our baby. Here's our boy. There he is in all of his glory. Lovely, lovely piece. Now I'll tell you the bad news. The bad news is, yes, you can still find him. Yes, he's still available. And he is not cheap. If you can find one in like mint used condition like mine is, I'm not selling mine, so don't get the wrong idea. It's going to be about $400. If you can find one mint in a box, it's going to be north of $500, maybe more like $700. They didn't make too many of them. Awesome piece. Awesome. So glad I have it. I do love me some Hulkbuster. Well, that's it for this edition of Zach Collects. Hope you enjoyed it. You know, I like to trip down memory lane and show things that are from yesterday, some items that maybe you didn't know about, some items that are still worthy. And, you know, if it was me and I didn't have this, I would pay the money and get one, because it's that cool. That is if you're an Iron Man fan like I am. And you know, Iron Man and Batman, those are my jams. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this edition of Zach Collects. Sorry I can't talk. I've been talking all day long. I'm surprised I'm even able to crank out this video. Listen, don't forget, please subscribe. Please like. Tell your friends and neighbors about Zach Collects. I want to make more of these videos, and I need some support to do that. Remember, when I get to 1,000 subs, I'm giving away action figures, and that is a true story. I'm a man of my word. Well, thanks so much. Have a great one. Keep collecting. Have fun collecting. And we'll see you in the next video.